going to wait until you're locked, and then we're just going to move everyone in. Force march style. Right now, in fact. Move! Move. Oh, you took extra attrition because you were force marching. My bad! And, right, we're up against primarily light infantry. So what is light infantry going to use? Well, I can find out, actually. If you had a perfect choice, it would be skirmishing. Skirmishing is really good against bottlenecks. So we probably shouldn't be a bottleneck. We should be deception or triplicacies. Or deception, then. We can always switch out with one of these guys. In fact, we could even go skirmishing with you, so you suffer less casualties until the reinforcements arrive. Let's do that. Alright, battle is joined. They are using deception, which counters skirmishing. What counters deception? Envelopment and hit and run. Envelopment we can do. And we have a military tradition, so we can get raised levies, or we can do hit and run tactics. Ho ho! I quite like the idea of hit and run. That also leads to shield wall, which is even more heavy infantry defense. Yeah, let's do that. Also, this is in a forest, so good luck. Alright, so hit and run. Hello. Casualties for both sides modified minus 10, so we suffer less. And hit and runs is 0. Okay, so we can't hit and run. Well, we can, but deception is better. And now we're beating them. Sorry, envelopment was better. They are on -1. Commanders the same skill. They have -14 overall. Their light infantry is discipline 15. Light infantry offense versus heavy infantry defense. They are. Oh no, versus heavy infantry -25. They have a bonus of light infantry versus heavy infantry defense, apparently. Didn't even realise that was a thing. I have 35% discipline in my heavies, though, so good luck with that. And we also have a bonus against light infantry. This is going to be one-sided as hell. Yeah. They're losing 600 a tick, I'm losing 200. GG. It was a pleasure fighting you. Wasn't really. Where are you going? Oh, you're retreating. Where are you retreating to? Okay, I think I need to have you selected and keep an eye. Because you might try to run up to there. Victory is ours. We lost 3,000, they lost 9,000. How much manpower do these guys actually have? Zilch. 0. Nada. Null. Sure we're not force marching. I'll accept that offer. What's my tech level? My tech level is low compared to theirs. We've got 8778. We're fighting against people with 17, 18, 18, 18. But they're quite a lot smaller than we are. What does bellicose stance and diplomacy mean? So if you go to the diplomacy map mode, or diplomacy menu rather, tab, there's an icon over here next to the stance, and that allows you to change your diplomatic bearing towards others. So bellicose is basically super aggressive, so war score costs less, and you can fabricate claims for less, so you can take more in a war, and you can declare wars cheaper, but everyone around you dislikes you because they realise you're being super aggressive. While, for example, mercantile, which is what I'm in at the moment, we get more national commerce income because we're encouraging trade with other nations. Trade routes cost less to establish, and also everyone else in mercantile stance likes us more because we're open to trade and they're open to trade. And also just generally people like us because we're not on hostile land war footing. And there are different options. So, for example, neutral, you get an additional diplomatic relation. appeasing, aggressive expansion decay is faster, and your improved relations cost less. Your allies like you more, and everyone else likes you a bit more, though not as much as the mercantiles. Bellicose we've seen, and then subjugative is the last one. You integrate stuff faster, your subjects are more loyal, and your subjects also have more positive opinion of you. Pilgrimage, thank you very much for the follow. No, Primal Mage. Totally misread that. Primal Mage, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Need to watch where they're going. Oh, you're retreating actually outside of your land. That's fine. Be gone. Be gone. What is the supply here? Oh, I could actually sit in the mountains. Oh, sorry, in the forests. Let's go and sit in the forests. This is fine. We can still recover here. Still 20,000 short in manpower. Want another fort? Let's go and take that one. And that fort should start taking this. Or not. It's fine too. And we have lots of oratory power, so let's go and promote all of the tribesmen to being good, productive freemen. And just like that, what was once a great and mighty migratory tribe has no tribesmen left whatsoever. We have completely civilized. So let's start promoting some freemen into citizens then. Get our technology levels up a bit more. We've actually gone backwards a bit as the population grows. I think the best way to do this is to sort by where the most citizens are right now. So Ciscarpathia, for example, and Rugia? Right, yes, Rugia was one of the places I was going to put more citizens. Well, Ciscarpathia we need to select because there shouldn't be any freemen here. There they are. Hello. Promote both of you, so that's all of yours gone. And then Rugia, we're going to go into here. Promote freemen. Go into the province map mode for Rugia. And then just start promoting until we run out of oratory. Which would in fact be now. Dowie DCE, thank you very much for the follow, and Gasboy 2004, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. On topic of tactics, I hope this game has a testudo formation, at least for Rome. I doubt it, Marshall, because testudo wasn't really an anti... Well, it was an anti-siege strategy. It wasn't... Start again. It was a unit formation to allow you to resist archer fire better. It wasn't actually like a tactical doctrine. Because most of the ones in the game are doctrines. You get a grand view of the Empire. You can, of course. And we're currently fighting down here against these guys. Oh. There seems to be a second Gettier. We're killing the green Gettier, and there's still a blue Gettier. You are undoubtedly going to try and resist. Still don't have the Rhineland. I haven't gone over that way yet. I kind of just want to see what these guys do. Like, a couple of them have started to colonize, but not very much yet. Gaul is still just a conflagration of differing cultures. Ooh, Genoa's done well. How on earth have you survived that close to Rome without dying? That's because you're guaranteed by Rome, in fact. And then we've got Constantinia just continuing to balloon in Iberia. Dobunia basically becoming Britain. Macedon, Thrace. Anatolia is getting pretty well smashed by others, although Paphlagonia seems to be doing pretty well. Egypt is still dead. So this isn't actually all Egypt. Egypt is kind of tiny. If we go and do this, we can see these little green bits. That's Egypt. This bit is the mighty nation of dash dash dash. I kid you not, that is their actual name. Look, look. The mighty nation of dash dash dash. Where once there would be a name, there is just dash dash dash. Well, underscore underscore underscore, technically. Moria's still alive. Seleucids still consolidating down there. And there we go. There you go, ritual source. Yeah, you're explaining it better than I was. Testudo was a unit tactic, not a strategic formation. Do I recommend it so far or not? Is it like other Paradox games? As chat is saying, yes, but. And in fact, because we have so many people now watching, I'll give you another rundown. So, would I recommend this game? People have been asking me. I would say yes, asterisk, yes, however, yes, but, whatever. If you like and have experience with Paradox Grand Strategy games, there is very little here that you wouldn't like, I think. It has enough elements of CK2, Europa Universalis, Victoria. I feel like I'm missing one. The one that would not be named. Not Stellaris. Stellaris is in space. To keep you... Actually, it has the pop system that Stellaris similarly kind of has. Which will keep you happy. However, if you are coming to this without much experience of Grand Strategy, I would probably suggest you check out Europa Universalis or Stellaris to, like, get into Grand Strategy. And then once you know how, like, the basics of that stuff works, then you will be able to transition into Imperator. Because I think, personally, Imperator is harder to approach, harder to digest if you don't have that underpinning of experience. The game itself, I think, mechanically and game design-wise is very sound. I like what they're doing here. I understand what they're trying to do. And I think, for the most part, they achieve their goals admirably. I really like it. However, the big critique and the big asterisk after my recommendation is the UI. I think the UI really does need some extra work. There are a couple of ways you can see this. For example, if I'm trying to set up a trade route, it doesn't actually tell you on this panel what I already have here. It requires you to close, look at them again, select trade route, stone. Do I have stone? I don't have stone. Okay, we'll go and get some stone. Click. There are just little niggling things like that. And then also on the province map mode, you get the overview of the provinces, but the information it gives you is really not that great. So the province overview is one of the best places to set up your provincial policies. And you can just click on it and you can switch. That's cool. Except you can't see what culture your provinces are from here. You can't see what proportion of your provincial population is of your religion or not, of your culture or not. What percentage are slaves or tribesmen or citizens or freemen. That kind of information from this panel, just as a little, like, spinny wheel like this, would be so helpful to make those decisions. It's just little niggling issues like that. It's stuff I am 100% sure that they will straighten out in time. They just haven't done it yet. And then, yes, finally, absolutely criminally, no ledger. This game needs a ledger, and they don't have one. Hopefully they add it, because it would be really good to have it. And yeah, it's just, there are bits of UI where you're just like, there is information I really need to make my decisions here, and it's not there. That's my big critique. Yes, and also like the macro builder, building buildings, construct building, marketplace. Okay, so I can build it in any of these places. Why should I? Where am I actually exporting? Where am I going to make the most money from this? Because if we go to the trade page, you can see that different provinces are worth different amounts of money. That's not relevant to the trade good at all. Huzzah! Trade goods are irrelevant. This is entirely based on the number of citizens you have and your marketplace infrastructure in that area. So being able to see from the macro builder, okay, we have this amount of money from these provinces, then click, 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 click. More like the EU4 building macro builder, I think would be a heck of a lot more useful than it is here. Same with the granary, like where can I get the biggest boost to population growth? Fortresses, where are the most free men? Where is my most local manpower? Etc. It just needs that kind of feedback. And Charles, showing the generosity again. Thank you so much for giving that gift. Space Ghost! Welcome to the Maudlings. Thank you so much again, Charles. I really do appreciate that. Hard to keep track of the cultures yet to be assimilated. Yeah, it's all like that. So, like... yeah, macro builder. Importing trade goods. I don't even know how this works. Is this telling me where I'm importing them from? No, this is showing me on the map where they are. Okay. And telling me where I have them, I guess. Don't know, I haven't even really looked at that one very much. And also, recruiting soldiers. Like here, it doesn't tell you how much they cost. Because there's no force limit, your main limiting factor is budget. So how many can you afford to maintain? And it doesn't actually show you their maintenance here. That's kind of annoying. So, UI. UI just needs a bit of a do-over, needs a bit of extra polish. I'm sure that as players give their feedback, that type of thing will occur. It just hasn't happened yet. You want to sell me stuff? Go on then. Patronage of the arts. A king is expected to be a patron of the arts. Artistic depictions of the king cement legitimacy in the eyes of the people. Styled in the manner of the popular gods and heroes, these sculptures, paintings and murals are often worthy of a hefty price. So we can pay 300 ducats and gain 0.2 monthly legitimacy for 5 years. Or we can lose 2 legitimacy. I am absolutely going to pay that. Totally worth it. And in fact, my legitimacy is currently going up because of me being a patron of the arts. Pretender support are mostly supporting Duomogan right now. Although his succession is not really secure. Am I married? I'm not married. I need to get married. Alright, let's pick somebody. So we scroll down a bit because these tend to be rather elderly at the top. This is vaguely an age order. I don't actually know how these get sorted. Maybe like prestige or something? Not sure. Anyway, I generally do this entirely based on genetics and age. So if you have a good overview of skills, then you're a pretty good candidate, and if you're not too old. Like I'd say over 30 is probably too old. There's not very many 20-year-olds. And Theoda... good oratory, which we have anyway, so any kids that we have are going to have very high oratory. Military and civic is going to be based entirely on the spouse. Basically, pious, crafty, and a polymath. Oh, a polymath! Interesting. National citizen output plus 5% for the entire nation? Yes, we definitely want to marry her. And now we're married. No negotiations or anything like that. I'm the king. I say I marry you, and she goes, okay. I have some troops marching north again. Running away. Are they going to be running through here once more? Kind of hoping they are. Yes. Well, that's alright then. After 1,000 days have passed, there can be a white peace between us. And I'll keep the province that I've taken. But I just want to take this fort, and then I'm just going to take the lot. That is going to generate a ton of aggressive expansion, but I think it's worth it. Right, time for another omen? No, I think I want stability more than omens. Well... that 0.27% national population growing. This entire game has been based on just having a huge population to do what I need to do. 1,600. What's Rome at? 4,300. I think my population's growing faster than theirs, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Hopefully, once I absorb these two, we'll grow. That's me. I was trying to click on these guys. City owner, you only have 37 pops, and you have 51. So we're going to gain 80-ish from this war. Is population 1,000 or is it generic? I don't actually know. Alright, so we have enough for another invention. Is there anything we want? Manpower, freeman happiness. Freeman happiness would be useful. We do struggle a bit with that. Citizen output, 5%. It's basically 5% more science. Civic tech output. Oh, heavy infantry cost. Does that count for maintenance too? And Scorpio, siege engineers. I've been doubling down on siege a lot because the thing which I found to be the most critical in wars in this game is manpower. Like, as soon as you go to war, your manpower is just gone. So the more you can maintain your manpower, the better you can fight wars. So getting Scorpios would allow me to do that. We are about to have a period of downtime, though. No, I think we're going to go for the civic tech investment. I need to catch up. Movement of water, mills, aqueducts, and primitive engines, all developed due to the need for flowing water within the confines of a city. This technology drove further innovations, eventually resulting in sawmills and complex irrigation. And there we are. Siege has been won. So now I think I can basically just go boop, just take it all. It's all mine. I can squeeze out another ducat from you. We take only 9 aggressive expansion. Again, I don't understand how exactly this is calculated. That'll do. Alright, so we have the elite from these two societies which are now pressed into Langobardia. After a protracted conquest, we finally routed the Amnasinian and Getian armies and laid waste to their lands during the sacking of the capital cities. Many important prisoners were taken, many of them having previously held important positions in the Amnasinian and Getian governments. So we can execute them all. We can banish those of class and put the rest to the sword, or we can imprison them. I lose some popularity, but we gain a bunch of new people that we can recruit. And we need an injection of new blood into the government, because the quality of my advisors has been steadily dropping. So we're going to go to characters, we're going to sort by imprisoned, which is done right now, and we're going to then sort by martial. And then we're basically going to recruit a couple of these guys if they have decent loyalty and not too much corruption. So like Dadus Drumicatus would be a fairly good choice, although his health is fair. How old are you? 47 with low health. Oh, you've got a cold. Alright, fair enough. We do need some more military people. So we are going to release and then grant citizenship. Same to you. Release. Grant citizenship. Release. Grant citizenship. And then we're going to do the same for finesse, which we also need a bunch of because these guys are the governors. So we're going to grab you. You do have a fair amount of corruption. What would it take to force your conversion? Yeah, you lose a bunch of loyalty if we do that. I can't use women in the government, sorry. So we'll do that. Do I want these two? Yes, I think so. Release. Citizenship. Release. Citizenship. Now we do lose popularity every time we do this. There are a couple of really good orators. Release. Citizenship. Release. Citizenship. And then that one. Release. Citizenship. And then religious. I think we're only going to grab one religious, because our religious people are actually quite good. And that'll do. Alright, so what stats did I lose? We're down to just 20 popularity. So we're going to need to do something about that. We're going to need a lot more money. Alright, so, government. Chancellor. We have a level 13 Chancellor available now. I should probably have sorted these by what I needed you to do. We want morale of armies to be the most devoted, so probably you. Then the Marshal is mercenary maintenance reduction, which is not hugely important. So go Muscon. High Priest is already doing his job. The Court Philosopher can be you. So I don't really care about the loyalty of these guys. Like, if they try anything, I just murder them. Like, we are pretty secure now. And we have a huge amount of support for our government. Although that may go down once the popularity resorts itself out. Steward. That's the national tax. We want a really good steward in power. Unfortunately, you were highly corrupt. I think I would rather you as a steward. No, we'll make you the physician. So we'll make you the steward, you the apothecary. And then if we need to replace any of the governors, which we will take a look at now, then we can do so. You're a level 15 finesse. Whoa, okay. You're a level 7, you're a level 6, so you probably do need to be replaced. We'll grab a level 9. He's extremely... oh, horribly corrupt. No, we're not going to use you. 8 to replace the 6. 7. 11. So we have 1 or 2 really good ones. Do we have any other good civics people? We don't. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange a gladiatorial debut. Who's good at fighting, and who do I not like? Oh! You were one of the traitors. Gladiatorial debut against one of the foreigners. Brother of their ruler. I'll make you fight this guy. Heralded by the sound of trump and literally no applause, Mukrata and Sigigagaius took to the lands this day to fight for their very survival in the arena. The crowd responded well to the awe-inspiring fight, and the outcome seemed uncertain to the last, until, to literally no jubilation, Mukrata skewered Sigigagaius with a wicked pike. Wow, he skewered him with the right weapon. Crikey, not a club this time. With great pomp, our king declared Mukrata the victor to be granted freedom immediately. It is done. And we should absolutely hold another game, because this is a very easy way of gaining popularity. So let's have these two fighting. The head of 2 rival families. Hell, all 3 of them are heads of family. Right, okay. Arrange, debut. You are a level 3 against the other level 3. With proud fanfare, the unenthusiastic applause, Duras and Burabista took to the sands this day to fight for the very survival in the arena. The crowd responded well to the exciting fight, and the outcome seemed uncertain to the last until, to unenthusiastic jubilation, Duras skewered Burista with a mace. That's gotta be painful. With great pomp, our king declared Duras the victor. And now there's only one guy in prison, and we have regained 50 popularity. Much better. The generated events are kind of awkward, yes.